Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name is Alisha Elay, and today I'm gonna give y'all a quick rant when it comes to lock companies. Okay, here is how you need to decipher between a company that is just here for money and a company that is here to make sure that your hair looks good and is well maintained and taken care of. So it's not gonna be like I'm bashing the entire company. I'm not gonna name any companies, okay, y'all? None of them. But I do think that there are things that I've been seeing, especially on social media nowadays, because lock extensions are so like, the new hip thing. These are things that you need to look at, especially when you are looking for a loctician to do your lock extensions. If you're looking for a place that maintains lock extensions, or if you even have lock extensions, you just have your locks and you just looking to start your locks or whatever have you. These are things that I think you need to know. So I realized I said a lot without saying a lot, but let's get into the video, y'all. So when I say I've been on Instagram and I've been cringing lately, like cringing. Lord, baby Jesus, baby Jesus. When I say there was a company, an organization, whatever have you, the way that they install lock extensions is by braiding the hair, leaving some of it out, wrapping it, right? And then adding additional bulk hair and wrapping that as well to create the seamless look. Now, let me explain to you guys why that's cringeworthy. While that might hold the hair, and then, oh yeah, forgot to add, do a little quick juk with the crochet needle. Now, when I say this is cringeworthy, because one, it doesn't look seamless. You see where it's like the lock part ratio doesn't look right. Okay? And when I say lock part ratio, I'm going to take out one of these. Okay? So if you look really closely, this is my roots. I need a retwist. But this is what lock part ratio means. The parting of your hair matches the actual lock, the shaft of the lock. Now that's important because for many reasons. One, you don't want the part to be too big and then your lock being too small, then it looks crazy, it looks very spacey. You look crazy. Okay? You'll look crazy. Now you also don't want it to be too small and then you have too big locks because then it just looks like you have a mop on your head. Do you want to look like a mop? Because I know I don't. I want to look like I'm supposed to look, okay? Especially because I am starting my lock journey in a different way than most. I'm not starting with starter locks, even though technically when you have lock extensions, when you first get them done, they're the equivalent to lock, to like, I would say starter lock slash budding, because you still have to go through a process. Don't let anybody fool you with that, okay? Just because you started with lock extensions does not mean you started and you're done. You still have to, your hair naturally still needs to lock, right? You're just helping the process. You're starting off at a different stage within the locking process. But you still need to go through the process, which means you need to follow these same directions that a person that had started with 2-strand twists or coils or braids, whatever have you, started, okay? Which means you shouldn't be using conditioner in your hair because your hair will untangle and unravel. You'll have to get crochet maintenance, all these things. But when it comes to the way how some people install their lock extensions is the reason why some people might not like lock extensions. I'm going to be honest with you. Because I've been watching YouTube for years. I've wanted locks for years, which means I kind of feel like I'm an expert with that, right? I could see and I got the trained eye to know sometimes. But the thing is, if it's done correctly, you should not be able to tell where your lock starts and where it stops at all. Because, like I said, I'm going to take this one back out. I started with 8 inches added to my natural hair. You can't tell where it start and stop. At all. At all. At all. And on top of that, you shouldn't be able to feel where it start and stop. Okay? So when you are looking for a loctician, especially even if you have locks, you want to add to your locks, you don't have locks, you want to start with lock extensions, ask them how they install the locks. If they say they started with break, like they, it like will do like a twist, like the comb twist, and then leave a little bit out, and then start braiding it. Run away. I'm telling you, run away, because one is going to be very bulky, and depending on your hair texture, it might unravel. And on top of that, having like that's cool for like faux locks, but not for like permanent lock extensions. And the reason why I say that is because you don't want your lock extensions to look fake, okay? The same way you would get a wig and you'd be like, girl, no girl, this is all me, sis. Or like back in the day when we used to get like, little tracks added and be like, no, but no, that's all me. You wanna say the same thing with your locks. No girl, this is all me. I grew this out my scalp 4 hours ago. You can't do that when you have that type of method. The best method, because there's multiple methods, the best method that I've seen that also happened with me was they will start with instant locking your natural hair. They will leave about 1 to 2 inches out, and then they'll have the lock extension itself, and of course a little bit of that hair out, and we'll marry it together like a sandwich, and then crochet it by matting it together down that shaft. And that's how you create a like, I don't even know what I'm saying, but it looks very like neat and together. That is what you need to do. Honestly, everybody that I've seen that has lock extensions, that have lock extensions that look amazing, that you would never know, did that method. That braiding crap, don't let nobody fool you. That look bulky and it looks stupid. 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 It looks stupid. Listen, when I say it makes me cringe, it makes me cringe. Another thing is, when you're looking for locticians, if a loctician does not know how to do a crochet maintenance, proper retwists, what products should be used, if they're not knowledgeable on these things, and also how to do a lock repair, do not go to these people. Please. Because everybody does repairs differently. But do not tell me to go in a beauty supply store and go get some bulk hair in a beauty supply store. I am running away from you. Because, granted, I'm still new and I've only had my locks for 7 to 8 months. But when I say I have friends and family members that have locks for years, I feel like I'm an expert at this point. Learning from their mistakes, from what they like, learning from them, and also being on YouTube for so many years and learning and putting all that information together. When I say I feel like I'm an expert, that if a loctician does not know how to repair properly, run away from that loctician. Because I'm gonna let y'all know now, there's people that will take your money and do your retwist and you looking real straggly and real crazy in the back of your head. Okay? And they will never tell you nothing. They'll be like, oh yeah, it looks good. There's people that know how to finesse it and make it look like it's something and it look bad. Okay? So, with that being said, because I started getting real passionate, y'all. Because like, I've seen people that I know that have had like locks for years or like whatever have you, and their loctician is doing them dirty, y'all, dirty. So with that being said, I felt like I had to come on here and tell you guys, you need to be very knowledgeable when it comes to looking for a loctician, whether you have locks or starting your locks or have lock extensions or are looking to get lock extensions. Lock extensions typically, at least in New York City, for me that I've found, the lowest I've seen was $700, okay? is expensive. It's not a cheap thing to do, but it's an investment when you think about it. You spend that $700 one time, depending on if you're self-sufficient, you know how to do your own retwist, you won't need to spend that money on a retwist. If you're not, or you just don't want to be, you might spend like 50 to like maybe 100 on a retwist, depending on how long your hair is, maybe even more, depending on the length and how many locks you have. Those are all the things that you need to think of, right? Which is why you got YouTube. You don't want to be spending all that money every, 6 to 8 weeks, sometimes longer if you decide to wait. Do not get your hair retwisted every month. That's how you create like thinning and stuff like that. There's also ways to make your hair look neat in between your retwists, okay? There's things called phantom retwists. So phantom retwist is pretty much, I'll give you a quick spiel. Phantom retwist is where you only like retwist maybe the first like 2 to 3 rows in the front and like pretty much your perimeter. And then you might do certain styles to mask the middle. Okay, so it's usually like ponytails, buns, certain twists and stuff like that. Y'all got a house phone? I'm sorry. So, with that being said, it is very important to make sure that you are going to the proper locticians. You ask these questions, ask them about repairs, ask them about lock part ratio, ask them how long they've been doing it, ask them about if they do lock extensions. They do, that's cool. Ask them how they do their lock extensions. Try to see if your loctician is as knowledgeable as they should be, because if they're not, that means red flag. You need to run away and find a new loctician. There's so many locticians out there nowadays. There's people learning. There's people been doing it for years that just don't have their license, but is very knowledgeable. Learn on YouTube. Take these classes. I'm sure there's classes out there. Just try to make sure that you are not getting played. Because there's a lot of people that will say that, lock extensions is not the way to go, and I would never recommend it. Everybody's experience is different. And I say that to say that my experience is not going to be your experience. Your experience is not going to be the other person's experience. And the reason why I say that is because everybody looks at someone's lock extensions and expects that their hair is going to look like theirs. And our textures are different. Our head shapes are different. Our densities are different. So it's always going to be different. And I say for me, I would recommend lock extensions, but it depends on who your loctician is. Because I have seen lock extensions and I'm like, whoo, baby, that don't look good. That don't look good at all. Like, who did them? And then I feel bad because, I'll be saying that in my head because I don't want to say that to the person. They done spend their money if they did spend their money. And they loving it. So if you love it, I like it. I mean, if you like it, I love it. There we go. That's the right way to say that. But yeah, with that being said, if you guys have any questions regarding lock extensions, please reach out. I will be responding in the comments. If you need a video, let me know that as well. I will make these videos for you. Whatever things y'all need, I'll give y'all the tea on the tea. So, with that being said, thank you all for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. See you in the next video.